Hello everyone. So right, this is the one we've been waiting for. It's a nice day outside, as you can see. It's absolutely beautiful day, really glorious spring sunshine. Top temperature of about 17 degrees I reckon, so let's go out and make the most of it. We're going to unpack and have a look at the GeerTop hammock. That's the thing we're going to be looking at. See how good it is. And while we're there, the freebie gift, which is a Chinese stove, one of those ones with the folding legs that stands up off the ground a bit. I've already had it out of the box and had a look at the contents and whatnot. It's quite interesting, so yeah, you'll enjoy that, I'm sure. So yeah, let's get out there and have a look, shall we? So let's have this hammock out of the packet. That's my spare tarp, that didn't come with it, that's my tarp that I put there. Right, so that's your package. Can't remember the price, it's something like about 26 quid off Temu. So you've got your outer stuff sack, a couple of tree hugging straps, your cover that goes over the top, and I see it's all integrated into the same thing. Nice plasticized instruction leaflets, always good. So look at the material. A lot of these are really thin material. Right. Oh, we've hit a snag straight away. That's 4 gram. Oh, I see. Elastic's caught around that other bit there. That should pull through there, I think. There you go. So you got your hammock, you got your hoops each end, which supposed to hold the net up, I believe. Is that going? Oh, I see. I think you're supposed to undo these. Right, so you undo those. Okay, let's get the tree straps on. Tree straps this end. That. There we go. Well, I think that's how it goes. The sheet over the top, I think, is more of a sunscreen than there's any means of waterproofing as such. Just gives you a bit of shade, doesn't it? To be honest with you, I'd have liked to have seen a bigger sheet across the top of that. So that's why I've got the little tarp, which I've shoved over there, so we can shove that over the top. But quality wise, it's interesting. And how does that? So you see that acts as legs as well, so you can use that as a ground level bivvy. So basically you just peg it out each end, obviously where your loops are there, you can peg them out on the ground, and you can have it as a ground level shelter. I don't know how good it is at that. So you've got your stowage bag this side, so it's handy for putting stuff in, keeps it off the ground, and your zips. Right, so your zips are your usual high quality Chinese zips. And in detector the sarcasm. So let's unzip this, give you a look inside. The fabric's usual sort of parachute nylon fabric. Yes, usual mesh, bug mesh. I've got such a better quality setup than the previous one I had. Seems to hang better. Seems to be wider as well. Seems to be more fabric. You've got a nice handy little pocket there for stowage, if you put your phone in. Have you got hanging loops for lamps? No, you haven't. That's billowing up a bit in the wind. Right. I suppose the next test is to get inside and have a try. Okay. Climb inside. Feet in. Oh, my bum's on the ground. I could have put this up a bit higher. Never mind. Right. You see, we're now in it. Our arse isn't touching the ground anymore. It's room enough. It's what you'd expect from a cheap hammock. You know, fabric isn't the best material in the world, but it's functional, it does a job. Oh, get the usual creasing up in the middle there. You get with these. It's a bit of a bloody nuisance. I always find that difficult to get comfortable like that, but it's okay. I can feel the breeze through the fabric. It's quite thin. You can feel the air coming through the fabric, so you definitely need an insulating layer in here. But it's bloody massive inside. Well, surprising. There you go. Yeah, that's the only bit I'm not 100% happy about, is where it ruffles up in the middle there. But not being a regular hammock user, I don't know whether that is just something you accept. I know the last hammock I did, I mean that was a cheap hammock as well, the last one I've got, which still works. That does the same. But it's okay for what it is. It's cheap. Yeah. As I said, the sunscreen sheet, or whatever you call it, it's not a rain sheet, is it? It's too flipping small to be a rain sheet. So it's more of a sunscreen, sunshade. But it comes on with it clicks on with these little toggles, which is a decent little touch. The hoops, they're fiberglass hoops by the look of it. The ones on my last one were sprung steel and they were bloody awful. These are better. So the fact you can use it as a ground sort of tent as well is nice. I don't know, score wise, what do you reckon? 7 out of 10? I've got to say, well, 7.5, 7.5 out of 10 I reckon. There are better quality ones out there, but obviously you pay a premium for those, so for a cheap budget hammock, I think this hits the nail on the head. So, right. let's move on to the stove test, shall we? Okay, so let's have a look at the stove. So this was, as I explained in the previous video, this was the free gift, or one of the free gifts that I got. This was the one that I was waiting for. Normally these retail about the sort of £40–45 mark. Obviously I got this for nothing. Now the listing, I believe it said it was stainless steel. However, you couldn't get one with the raw stainless steel finish, which sort of rang a few alarm bells with me, as it only came with like powder coated colours on it. I went for the green option. Now, get it out of the bag. Oh dear. Yeah, these are the gloves that come with it. This is another thing actually that you might want to know about. Now, you'd think, then putting these in with this, that these would be protective gloves to protect you against the heat of the stove. Yeah, they're not, because I'll show you what happens when these are exposed to a flame. Get a pissing lighter to light. I wouldn't say these were very protective, would you? So, do what I'm going to do. Chuck them. Oh. Smell that stuff burning off, horrible. Right, so the stove comes as a set of component parts. That's your base with the 4 legs on it. Stands off the ground quite nicely. You've then got the sides, the grate, the piece that goes on the top's got pot stands on it as well. So I'm a bit dubious about the powder coating, because you know what's going to happen as soon as you light that powder coating is going to burn off, and I reckon that's just mild steel rather than stainless. So we'll see. Right, we'll get assembling in this glorious spring sunshine. It's absolutely bloody lovely today. That's your sides there. That's your front bit. There's the mower next door. There you got. There you go. That's your pot stands there on the top. Obviously it won't take the smaller billy cans, but it will take a larger pot or a frying pan. That's that. It's almost like a scaled up version of the little Lixada stoves, isn't it? But it's a thicker grade steel. It's what must be about 1mm thick steel, I reckon. So it's fairly tough. It's not too badly made. You've got your little indents there that stop keep the legs locked in place. Yeah. So overall, it's all right for a freebie. So we'll get that over on the fire pit, and we'll chuck a fire at it and see how well it works, and see how long this powder coating lasts, shall we? Here's the bushcraft lighter. There it goes. Cheating, I know. Well, let's get it lit. See how long this powder coating lasts. along a bit. I don't like the fact that the bloody sticks you put on keep falling out the front. Perhaps you're supposed to feed them in through that there. I don't know. Okay, so it's well loaded up. See if we can get a kettle on it. Hey, it fits. So that's not bad. It's got a decent sized firebox in there, and you can see already the powder coating starting to burn off. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see if that is mild steel underneath there rather than stainless. My betting is it is, but it's a decent thick gauge, so I wouldn't be overly worried. It's nice as well, it's got that little thing, you got to prop it up because it's not a brilliant fit. I might adjust that somehow so it sits level, but that will make a great little warmer. You could put a little pot or something there just to warm up right by it, or I suppose even use that as a grill, I would have thought. It's got potential. That has definitely got potential. Kettle's boiling. That took about 5 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, that's done really well. That. Yeah, this powder coating. Yeah, something burn off there at the back. Okay, so this is my Femore Dutch oven that I purchased not long ago. I actually got it before Christmas. I've not tried it out yet. Ooh. We'll just about sit on there with some careful fiddling. There you go. Yeah, it's a possibility. That is a possibility. Yes. As I say, you've got a decent sized grate area in there, so you can get a really decent fire going underneath it. Yeah, that's got potential. Plus, of course, with Dutch ovens as well, you pop the lid on, you can load that up with coals as well. So you just literally drag a handful of coals out of there and put them on the top, and use it for roasting. So yes, that's got potential. Okay, so come to a bit at the end. I've packed everything back away now. I'm going to let the stove cool down. Right, let's have a quick look at this to see how the powder coating has fared. Well, that's quite blackened, but that's, I think, from the soot from the fire. You can see around the top it's got a little bit crispy and whatnot. Now the bits that have caught the most heat, or the bit that would have caught the most heat, would be the grate assembly, wouldn't it? So let's have a look at that. See, it's bowed a little, which you'd expect with the heat, and yeah, powder coatings, that's flaking off a bit there, look, yeah, and that blue, that I think is actually stainless steel. That's It's blued a bit, but it's not. It doesn't look like mild steel. Yeah, I'd say that is stainless. Just couldn't see the point of powder coating stainless steel. It just seems a bit odd. So okay, we'll see. We'll see if it goes rusty or not. Whether it's mild or stainless. But looking at that looks a lot like stainless. See this stuff on the sides, it's just that it's discoloured, but generally it's fared all right for its first fire. It's done okay. Yeah. Right, put this all back together. Ready for another day. The top bit, there we go. What I'll do with it as well is that ferro rod out of the survival kit I'll pop in here, just so we've got a ferro rod there with it. So yeah, this came with this as well. This is a useful little pricker for the fire. It's also handy for lifting pots off for the handles. So yeah, that's a nice little touch. Very, very happy with that. So all in all, yeah, that was a good little purchase. That was a great little free gift. Really chuffed with that. Chuffed to yeah, that one. Right, I'll put this all back in its bag, and that's it for another video. We'll see you in the next one. Cheerio.